Jennifer Becker is a high school art teacher that has been active in Baltimore arts community for 20 years. She presents her work at various exhibitions and festivals like Artscape and the Labor Day Art Show at Glen Echo.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Becker. I'm a artist. I consider myself a sculptor, mixed media sculptor, but right now I'm doing a lot of my work involves embroidery.
It seems like craft is very similar to sculpture. I mean, is it, I guess, what's the dividing line?
The dividing line might be the purpose of what you're, and I think the purpose of what you're making it for, so I think the dividing line is blurred a lot, that because the purpose of what you're making it for is to communicate an idea. So I don't think it matters as much as it matters anymore. But I love the kind of ways when it's crafts, the kind of ingenious ways things are put together. And the idea of crocheting. Actually, you can crochet anything, anywhere, at any time. You just need a little loop to start, and you can crochet anything. So I think it's great that the lines are blurred.
Social justice themes prevail in Jennifer's art, and most recently, she has been using embroidery to convey her feelings about the 2016 election.
When the election happened, and I was stunned, and the first one that I did was this one. So I just took, and the thing that worked for me is sort of setting up constraints, because it was kind of a feeling out of control time. This might have been the second one. We happened to be in DC and standing in front of the Capitol. This is before the inauguration, and that's just sort of how I felt. Then, of course, this was the day after. That was the Women's March. I took a picture of myself there, and then I took a picture of myself over here, like watching everything on TV and just feeling that you had a little bit of control when you're watching things on TV and watching the mess that was going on, which I think needlepoint was actually started like that. Women would sit there and do needlepoint and talk to each other and sort of pass the time. So it's kind of my idea too, to mark the time.
Since embroidery was devalued by the dominant masculine culture, second wave feminists stopped doing many domestic crafts such as embroidery. However, since second wave feminists won many battles against the patriarchy, third wave feminists reclaimed many traditional women's crafts in order to creatively express themselves, rather than producing goods for consumption. Do you think you're part of that with your work?
Absolutely, and I hope so. And that is what it came from when I was in school, and the craft classes were kind of like that. It was like, oh, they're craft classes, and I tried to use them for just a weird, different, personal way of putting things together. And then coming to this, I think that's a great explanation for it. It's kind of like taking it back. And when I go to different museums, I actually really like the history museums where they have the objects that people made for different purposes, but then they decorate them. And I love the any textiles or any kind of craft museums, and seeing how people made things, and so kind of taking that back. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.